Hi, Brock here. Thanks for joining us on another MiHow2 video. We're on site in Omaha, Nebraska at Motion Industries Process Pump Headquarters. And joining me is Mike Winkler.
Hi,
Appreciate
Brock.
you having us here today.
Thank you.
Mike's going to walk us through a process pump assembly. So Mike, it's all yours.
All right, thanks, Brock. So what does it take to get a pump out the door faster than other people, which is a real advantage? Pumps come in such a variety of configurations. They come in a variety of metallurgies, and it would be impossible to stock them all if you could equate it to like our gearbox build program. You never have the right ratio, the shaft output. So you stock the components and you build it according to what's needed. And the way we do this at MI Process Pumps is that we keep the power frame, this section here with the shaft and bearings, in stock, and this side is the wet end side. And by definition, you could say the wet end is wherever the liquid they're pumping is touching. Key components is the case, the back plate, and the impeller in here. The impeller is what spins and creates the flow. So when an order comes in or an application comes in, we decide what components we need. We'll pull the correct power frame, we'll pull the correct case, the correct impeller, the correct mechanical seal, and we'll come up with a bill of materials list. And from that, we'll construct this pump, hopefully out of inventoried parts. In this case, we call it kit form. This allows us to offer a variety of pumps without stocking massive inventories that just wouldn't be feasible. Once this pump is assembled, then we'll mount it on a bed plate. And with that bed plate, we choose the correct motor, horsepower requirements taken into consideration, the coupling requirement, and we'll put all that together, and of course we'll finish that off with a OSHA approved coupling guard. And now we've got a package going out the door that the customer is ready to put in his plumbing, put into his system to set on his concrete support or whatever it may be. The important things to remember here, however, is that when this goes out the door, the shaft is aligned to the motor. But when a person installs this and they start cranking down on the base bolts, they can cause distortion. And that distortion can then create a coupling out of alignment condition. So it's always very important that when this is being installed, that the coupling after the bolts are torqued down has been checked for alignment. That's one thing. This power frame has oil in it. It's shipped dry. And it's important to make sure that the oil is put in the power frame to lubricate the bearings, and the vent has been placed in it so we get proper ventilation. The other thing that's extremely important is if you can think of a table saw, and when you put on a blade and then you screw on the nut to hold the blade in place, if that saw blade were to be turned the wrong direction, it would literally unscrew itself. That's the same thing that can happen with an impeller. It's designed to go one direction. So the customer needs to make sure that when he wires the motor up, he wires it in such a fashion where the impeller is turning in the proper direction, and he doesn't get an impeller literally screwing itself off the shaft, and then you've got a catastrophic failure. So there are, from the point of designing or applying the pump with the correct and proper information to the proper selection to the proper installation will really tell you if you're going to have a pump that performs as it should and lasts like it should. These are very critical things for everyone to do every single time.
Well, there you have it, process pump assemblies. Process pumps is one of the fastest growing product categories we have at Motion Industries. Give these guys a call and check back for more MiHow2 videos by the Motion Institute.